Keep standing over there like I'm not going to make him come out here. So we spent all that time worrying about this arm, right? I'm attacking it, I'm trying to break things. But when he's worried about that, he's not worried about his neck anymore. Right? So he rolls that over to his Kimura. I'm going to plant, I'm going to start attacking, but I'm going to slide that hand back, thumb, right into his neck here. Okay? My opposite hand that was around his wrist is going to dive under us and grab the back of his collar. Right? Pick your head up. So I'm reaching under his shoulder and grabbing the back of that collar. Okay? So my thumb is in, my hand is behind. I'm going to take that left elbow and put it on the ground and then start circling it around his head as I pull my elbow down to his hip. Right? It's called the paper cutter. Now I'm not trying to crush his throat. All right? I'm trying to wrap my wrist around his neck. So I've got his gi on one side and my forearm on the other side. Now as I pull my elbow around, it'll tighten that. And my back hand keeps the noose from sliding. So instead of that gi coming up with it, it stays back there. So I'm pulling that elbow down to his hip.
So the back hand is just pulling the gi away from my neck?
Here?
Oh, just pulling down.
Yep. I'm trying to plant his shoulders on the ground.
So even if you can't get the lapel, if you just get fabric and pull down?
That's a good control position, but there's nothing to finish at this point. That's where I'm going to slide in, elbow on the ground, and cut around the head. All right? Again, just like the X choke, the tighter my hands are, the more pressure there's going to be. If I don't have a deep enough grip, it's not going to choke.
If it's too deep, what's going to happen?
It's going to suck for him. Then it just kind of crushes everything.
I saved those for Tanner.
Okay. So we're just going to start out with the choke, and then we'll tie it into what we've been doing. Okay? Just wanted you guys to see what that looks like. So I got in my high side control here. I get him nice and high up onto his side. My opposite hand is going to dive underneath, grab onto that gi, and I pull it tight to plant it on the ground. Now my opposite hand can either attack here and thread over, but a lot of times when that elbow comes over, he's going to see it. He's going to attack my elbow, and prevent me from grabbing the neck. So I tend to prefer to pull that hand out, slide it across, and then get my grip. Okay? Elbow to the ground, and then I can walk my hips over a little bit and start walking around his head until I finish. Cool? Questions? So.
You keep your wrist straight, right?
Yep, wrist's always straight. Anytime we're trying to choke. So.
Whenever you switch closer towards his head,
Yeah.
are you worried about him coming out the back there?
Nope. I've got his gi gripped underneath, so his shoulders are planted to the ground. If he had the underhook, then yes, I would be worried about that, and we'd have to address it. But that's why I'm grabbing that gi, I'm pulling towards his hips to keep both his shoulders pinned. Good question. Anybody else?
Do you sprawl out on it ever to finish it?
Anytime I sprawl, I'm risking giving up that back leg to re-guard. Right? So most of the time when I'm in a side control position, I need to control his hip with something. It's either my knee or my arm. Right? So if I'm in a good side control here and I want to control that hip, but I want to drop that leg back to get more pressure, I got to go to a snowplow to drop my hip. If I drop my hip without that, now I created space for him to start pulling my leg back into half guard. Yep. So if, just like we talked about Saturday, if I want more pressure, I'm going to drop the top leg. And that keeps my hip out of the way. And then I can pull. Cool? Good question. Any other? All right, with your partners. 1, 2, 3.